no, I don't see 0 viewers. So, oh, it'll be me, and I'll talk to myself. Sometimes best conversations are with yourself, right? So, couple things quick. We are still in time value of money, and so chapter 5 and chapter 7, bonds and their valuation. I did put up a link for a helpified path describing much more detail on bond valuation. So if you understand bond valuation, you're doing pretty well. I think that's probably the easiest example of using discounted cash flow valuation that we have. So time value of money stuff. So that's good. Class, pretty good. I thought you guys worked really hard. Somewhat disjointed because we're all learning at different speeds, etc. But that's sort of par for the course when we offered to work problems in class. I think that sort of was a given that, we don't all learn at the same exact pace. So most of the questions that have come in both in person here in my office or by email have been dealing with time value of money, obviously, trying to see where, how you decide which formula to use, when are you looking for present value, when are you looking for future value, etc. So we'll just quickly go through the questions, and hopefully you guys will be able to, from there, be able to go do a little better on for next class and get it and go from there. So first question, Stephanie, when dealing with time value and money, can you once again explain keywords that we should look for to be able to tell if we are dealing with an annuity or a perpetuity? Annuity has a time end period, so it's 10 payments, 20 payments, 500 payments, 9,000 payments, whatever, but there's a set number of payments. Perpetuities go on forever. So perpetuities, also called consols, don't end. So they're infinite, and they will go on forever. So anything that you see, if something goes on forever. The other time you will see perpetuities used, I'm trying not to sneeze here. The other time you'll see perpetuities used is for consols, which I had mentioned, or preferred stock. But other than that, most of the time they'll say specifically, a cash flow will go on forever, or it will not go on forever. If it does not go ever, it's an annuity or annuity due. If it does go on forever, it is a perpetuity. So hope that helped. Next question. Go back here. Extra click on this. No, I clicked back too far. Ben asked, could you change the attempts in chapter 5 quizzes to 3? I didn't know I had changed it from 3. So sure, I will go back and do that after class or after office hours. Another Stephanie asks, in our notes, we have 2 formulas for present value and 2 formulas for future value. What is the difference between them, and when do you use each of them? The one is so let me see if I can show this. I can take a picture of it, and from there, I think I can show you. Control copy. The short version, though, is that no, it's not going to work. I can't. Yeah, well, I'll just do it this way. Get back in here 1 second. The short version is that what you're looking for, there's 2 different things here. One is for a lump sum, and one is for an annuity. So the easy one, the future value divided by 1 plus r raised to the t, is for a lump sum. The other 1 minus 1 plus interest rate raised to the negative n divided by I, that is for an annuity. And similarly, down below, the future value, the first one's an annuity, the second is a lump sum. So what are the formulas for present value and future value on Excel? Equals FV and equal PV. That was pretty easy. So, but the big thing is you're looking at 2 different things. One is annuity, and one is just a lump sum. And as I mentioned before, if you get stuck with that, you can always do lump sum. You can always brute force it if you need to. Let's see. Did this one. Next question is from Amy. Amy is asking how to do questions by hand. I understand how present value future works using Excel. However, can you show how to use them by hand or the right formulas to use? The exact same stuff. The formulas, what I would recommend, probably the easiest way is to look at in the book. They have each of these little summary of, so for instance, on page 144, just what I opened up to first, table 5.1 has, let me just show you very quickly what we're looking at here. Down here in this table, I hope that focuses a little better. Yeah, there we go. And it says step by step. Step by step is what you would do by hand. So, you just divide, and the formulas are all right there. So whichever formula you're looking for future value or present value, they're there. So just brute forcing it. And what I would do is probably brute force a couple in Excel, just to save time of entering numbers. But the formula in the book, what they do is they show 4 different methods. They show step by step, they show formula, they show calculator, and they show Excel. So any of these, they're all there, and it should make life a lot easier. In fact, that was one of the reasons I picked this book, because I thought that was so good. Next question is from Kevin. Easiest way to find the annual annuity payment. I'm usually able to find present value and future values, but I always get caught up with the payment. What you're doing there is you're going to solve for the payment. Same basic idea. We have one equation, one unknown. So you just go through and solve for the payment. Personally, I find that easiest to use either the annuity tables if you want to, or to use to go through and just calculate the annuity amount. So use the formula approach if you want to think of it in the same language as the book. Use the formula approach, and then you have the present value equals the payment times the formula, the amount, whatever that turns out to be. And so you just divide through and you get the amount of the payment. So hope that helped. Not sure it did, but I hope it did. Let me see if there are any other questions here. Yes, quizzes. No, that was from last week. So I think those were all the questions we had this week. Make sure I'm just opening the last one. Moodle's a little slow today. Time value, yeah. So again, a repeat of the one before. When dealing with time value money, explain keywords. So I can't stress enough. You really, 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 really want to draw the timeline all the time. Present value, we're talking about the price of the bond or the price of something, series of cash flows. And we also use it when there are loans. We want to figure out the loan amount. We're going to use present value. Whether we use present value annuity, present value lump sum, depends on when the cash flows are occurring. If it's the same period, same payment for a number of periods, that's an annuity. If it's a one-time payment or a payment that changes every single year, you're going to want to do it as a lump sum. So just divide by 1 plus the discount rate to the number of years. Future values tend to be more on the retirement side, or we're saving for something. And in those cases, you're going to want to use a future value formula. Just like before, if it's the same amount each period, it's an annuity. If it's just a one-time and let it sit there and grow, it's just a lump sum. So let me see what other things I have for you. I think that's about it. I would just go back through and read one more time chapter 5. It is the best way to get it and play with problems. In the path, which I included the helpified path and on Moodle, you have a bond price calculator, so you can literally do as many as you want problems. And I think that would be your best way to go about this. I will finally, I guess, conclude here. Just stay confident. This is not easy stuff. It's tough. I mean, people get lost in this period. So just don't get lost. You'll stay with it. You're doing really well. I know it doesn't seem that way, but you're doing well. Most of you are getting it. Most of you will get it. All of you will get it. Most of you are getting it right now. So hopefully we go with that. See if there's any other questions coming in. Make sure I check my phone at the same time. No phone questions, no text questions, and no email questions. So I guess that's it. Next week, what we're going to be doing in class, we will finish up time value of money and spend a little more time on interest rates, so chapter 6, and also looking at the rest of bond market prices, so yield to maturity, etc. So spend some time on chapters 6 and 7, and we will begin chapter 8, risk and return, a little as well. So that's the next on the agenda, but for now, make sure we get time value of money and bond pricing. Big things to get. So, okay, have a good week. Talk to you soon, guys.